Good morning, Internet. It's another great day, and welcome back to Minecraft. So I've done a lot of work since the last episode. I went caving with my Silk Touch pick, and since I'm grabbing for my Fortune 3 pick, you can probably guess things turned out pretty well. Mostly for level farming, but I got some of the good stuff right here. I'm just going to chew through this. So very, very satisfying. I don't know why I got the coal, mostly for the levels, but no, the whole point of the trees there is to farm for charcoal, so I wouldn't have to dig for coal. Because digging for coal is a drag when you need to cook up all that glass for the dome, which I've completed, by the way. And over the past few days, put in the time, completed the dome, and emptying it is going to be a little harder than I thought, unfortunately. And I'll get to that in a moment. I'll explain what I've discovered about how sponges behave and how they interact with the water. And may have to use the old method, at least partially, of dumping in gravel and sand to displace the water. But we'll get there. But otherwise it looks good. I have noticed, which is very encouraging, that there doesn't seem to be any guardians spawning outside of the dome, which is very encouraging because I think that means it is in fact big enough to contain them. So if I do manage to empty it all out, the only place they'll be spawning is there's a little bit of water underneath the dome that they can still potentially spawn in, which is effectively underneath the temple. And I'm okay with that because they are kind of useful, and as long as there's solid blocks between them and me, I don't have to worry about them attacking me or anything else. So maybe I can still use that. I don't know if it's high enough, but I might be able to make a mob farm. Which would be nice because they drop the prismarine shards and the glowy things. So I can make the underwater lanterns, which are really quite nice. I mean, they look better than glowstone. They work about as good as glowstone, and they work underwater, of course, which is always excellent. Saving the best for last. Oh, so much lapis. I don't even know why I got the lapis, because I don't need it. I mean, I do a lot of enchanting to maintain my equipment, but that's a lot of lapis. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of mining. I'm almost completed the floor of the dome, which is all smooth stone. And again, I collect the cobble, and I smelt it. Ooh. And, that's a good problem to have. I collect the cobble and I smelt it again for just a few extra levels. Every little bit helps. I wonder if I should go for, what do you call it, a beacon. That would be interesting. Anyway, let's pack all this stuff up. Doop, doop. 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 To consolidate our resources. And with all these chests, it seems kind of funny that I don't have enough storage space for everything. I don't know what I'm doing. Doop. And doop. Doop. A little more. Whoops. How the hell did that happen? Yep. And just spread it all around. There we go. Let's see, redstone goes in the brewing. Lapis goes in the enchanting chest. Very nice. And I've been keeping coal in here, although I probably don't need to keep it in here. Yeah, I've done a lot of fishing, because I've been using a lot of water-breathing potions. That should be it for now. So let's get going. Oops. Mouse malfunction. Part of the other work I've done is I've sort of enclosed the nether portal a little bit for safety reasons. I had a couple of ghast attacks, And I replaced that stupid wonky stairway with a nice ladder, which takes a while to climb, but it's nowhere near as bad as that stupid stairway, and I don't use up my hunger doing all that jumping. The island. And there it is. One completed dome. That took about a little over 2.5 double chests full of glass. You see, there are no guardians outside of it, which is really quite encouraging. I don't know what to do about the dirt across the top, if I want to put like smooth stone there, or I put a couple pieces of glass in there, then I decided to stop because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it glass or if I wanted to use smooth stone around the edge. I don't know. We'll work on that. But the whole thing fits in here, and there are guardians all over the place. And they get angry easily. You can see I'm building a smooth stone floor. I really just have under the temple itself to finish, and a little bit in this quadrant here, I think. Maybe. I forget. But they can spawn underneath that floor. But otherwise, on the outside, this is all single wall glass. It really didn't take that long, but it's very boring because it's just me counting. No, up. 2, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Yeah, okay, so I have the underside of the temple itself to finish up, and there's a little gap over there. I'm gonna drown. This is coming along nicely. So we should get on with since we have most of the floor in, I can start like towards the back maybe. I can start trying to fill this thing in. But I'm going to demonstrate this, what I learned about the sponges for now. I'll grab my shovel, my water bucket, and the sponges. And more sponges. You have to use the sponges, you have to dry them out. So, sponges work a lot like torches in terms of how they cast light. Like a torch, starting from the block that the torch occupies, you can go 15 blocks. So that'll be like, sorry. Yeah, my mouse is screwing up. Yeah, so like a torch will cast light 15 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what? It'll be easier if I just showed you. Yeah. Let's find a nice dark hole, and I'll show you what I mean. Because it's really hard to see with just the water and the sponges, but the light is a little easier to see with the torches. It's just the torches work on a 15 block reach, and the sponges work on a 8 block reach. So I'm just going to dig into the wall here. Do I have any dirt? I do not have any dirt. That's fine. Boom, boom. So here's the torch. We'll call this block 1. So we go 1, 2, here. You see down at the lower left, we see the light is 14. Right? Light 14, sky 0, 14 block. So that's light level 14. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now we stand here, light level 0. But if I move 1 block, light level 1. Right? Light 14, light 0, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that's 15 blocks total. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now that, the drop-off in light is independent of the path. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, god damn go this way. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You see we reach light level 0 here, which is the same number of blocks away, even though it turns a corner. And similarly, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If I go all the way right here around this corner, see we're back to 0, but then it's 1 again. So basically it's 14 blocks walking distance, I guess you could call it. Right? It's like a walking system. I'm just gonna fill this in so no mobs spawn, because that'll be I'll have creepy crawlies in the night. Every time I come down here, I'll hear the moans of zombies and stuff, and it'll drive me crazy. So if it's 1 block high and only 1 block wide, nothing can spawn in there. My mouse is like screwing up too. I don't know what the hell happened. But that's fine. So take that lesson and apply it to the sponges. Basically, the torches have a range of 15. Sponges have a range of 8, including the block that they're on. And they will absorb any water, whether flowing or source block, in a walking reach of 7 blocks, from not including the one that they're in. Because of course, as soon as you put down the sponge block, if you put the sponge block in water, of course that's going to displace the source block or whatever that you put it in. So we really shouldn't count that. Let's go over here and I will demonstrate. So we're going to put the sponge there, let's say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So that's a total of 9 from the sponge. Sponge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to have a water source block here. Right? And if I put the sponge here, see if I can get it in the frame. Bam. Right? It removes all the water back to the source block, and then of course it immediately reflows. And that works even around corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I take another water source block and I put it here, right? Again, that's 8 walking distance. And I put a sponge here. Boom. You see, it removes everything back to the water source block. But since the water source block is just 1 beyond the sponge's range, it doesn't kill it. We will put back our divots. So sponges are actually quite powerful in that they will take out a huge volume of water, because it basically describes a sphere of radius 7 around the sponge block that it will completely wipe out any and all water. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think we're deep enough. Yeah, this will do. Right, and watch this. Ready? Bam! But you notice it all filled in again. Now, why is that? Once upon a time, Minecraft water was such that a source block would not form unless there was a solid block like dirt or stone immediately underneath it. That has changed, and now water source blocks will form following the normal rule, 2 adjacent source blocks with a space to form in between them. But it will work on top of other water source blocks. this is actually pretty nice, but it also kind of screws us over. Because we need to, imagine trying to empty all this out. And every time you have two source blocks, which is going to happen at every corner, it's going to be a huge mess. And it's going to be just pissing up a pole, as they say, I guess. So we will need to take sand and partition all of this off. And if you make the compartment small enough, you'll be able to put the sponge in. It'll absorb all the water source blocks. And there won't be any neighboring water source blocks left to form more water source blocks. And it won't fill in again. So, somewhere I have sand. Lots and lots of sand. That's nowhere near enough sand. Put that in there. Okay. I don't have the floor completed, but it's mostly complete. And the areas that's not complete is underneath. So maybe I can start clearing out. And we'll see what happens. But just about out of time for this episode anyway. So I'm probably not going to bore you too much with this, but you've probably seen this before. It's just sand, sand, sand. Oop. Oop. Yay. Just dawned on me that I have Aqua Affinity. I don't need to do that. I need to do this. Yeah. I'm going to spend the next few hours doing that. This was a mistake. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Just give you an update of what's going on with the project. Don't want to bore you too much because this is my life now. Just dropping sand. Dropping sand. Alright. I'm just going to keep doing that until I create little compartments that are, I guess, 8 by 8 or maybe smaller, maybe 6 by 6. That way I can place the sponges on one wall and have it absorb all the water on the neighboring walls. It's gonna be, I have to figure out how to partition it so that if I take down a wall between the partitions, I'm not reintroducing more water, which will fill it all back in again. So, joyous times ahead. And I will see you then. Thanks for watching. And as the sun goes back up into the sky, have a nice day.